Yes, sir. We're back, and we got my man Timbo from InfoMinds. What's going on, my brother?
Peace. What's going on, family? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great.
It's good.
Sunday right now. We're doing this interview.
That's right. That's right.
So, Timbo, I've heard about you, actually. I think you're on my Instagram. Now I'm looking at the name.
Okay. Yeah, my Instagram is at InfoMinds, and we also have a sister page is at For the Culture, FORTHACULTURE, the number 8 at For the Culture.
All right. Yo, I love this, because usually when I'm doing my interviews through a phone, because I'm loving Zoom right now, when I do it through a phone, there's this apparatus I got to stick the phone into and Ray. But right now, I'm loving Zoom, man. I'm loving this.
That's right. That's what's up, man.
So where you hailing from right now, Timbo? Which part of America?
I'm originally from Queens, New York. I'm from Hollis, Queens, New York. Like, Run DMC and all of that. I'm from that neighborhood, but I actually now reside in Miami, Florida. I'm in the 305, Dade County.
Okay, so how was the move over to Miami?
Man, Miami's been love, man. Miami's love. Miami's one of those cities that reminds me of New York. It's one of those melting pots. You know what I mean? It's a diverse community, so it's dope. Miami's dope, man.
Yeah, I got some family out there too. It's very warm. We got the tropical vibes and everything else like that.
That's right, man.
So what do you do? Like, I know you're a DJ. What else do you do, my brother? You're very multi-talented.
Well, I mean, we do we have a small team over here, right? So I've learned how to shoot. I got my journalism hat. We wear a lot of hats, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's a 2-man team. We like Kobe and Shaq, man. We wear a lot of hats, man. We get the job done, man.
Of course. So how long you been loving the hip hop culture for? Because I know you're part of the hip hop culture. I can just tell by looking at you.
Right. I mean, I've been, like I said, I grew up in Hollis, Queens. I moved there in 1983. I mean, when hip hop was kind of still in its infancy, man. And I grew up watching guys like LL Cool J. I grew up watching guys like Run DMC. I grew up seeing these guys like Russell Simmons. You know what I mean? So it's just something about, that my neighborhood, man, the neighborhood where I was lucky enough to grow up at, that it kind of breeds these kind of individuals. And, hopefully one day I could be mentioned amongst those guys.
Oh, man. So have you been outside the United States? Do you travel?
No, I don't travel. I got a family. I'm a family man. So, any traveling that I do as of recent, we do it as a family. So we haven't left the country or anything, but, we travel around the U.S.
Okay. Everything about coming up here to Canada, Ottawa, Canada, or Toronto, or somewhere?
We gotta come. I gotta come up to Canada, man, and just take the vibe in and see what's going on up there. But I'm down here in Miami. I don't even have a winter coat. I gotta go shopping before I come up there.
It's crazy, man. I've been seeing some pictures of people on Instagram. Like in January, it does get cold in Florida, right? But not like up here. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. What are y'all wearing bubble goose vests in Miami for? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm a New Yorker. I'm a native New Yorker, so it's still kind of crazy to me when it be like 50 degrees and I see people with bubble coats and Uggs and scarves. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I just look at it to whereas, people buy that kind of stuff, but they never get a chance to wear it here in Miami. So, maybe it's a reach, some people might call it a reach, but it is what it is.
Of course. So you got this thing right now. You got InfoMinds, right? I watched one episode. This interview was just swung to me, right? I heard about you. It's a very popular, movement you got there.
Man, we proud of what we got going on, man. We started out about 3 years ago. We've reached over 177,000 subscribers on YouTube, and collectively amongst all the projects that we have, we had about 20 million views, man. So, we real proud of what we gained in such a short time.
So how did it feel? Because everybody that's part of social media, they start with, 1 follower, 2 followers. How did it feel to have that many views on your videos? And how is your social media in general? Is it just YouTube or is it just everywhere, like Instagram? And
we're on, you can find us on, we're on mostly all the major platforms. We are on Google, we're on Spotify, we're on iTunes, Google Play. What else are we on? We're on Amazon. You could go on Amazon if you have Amazon Prime. You can go and check us out there. We also have a project on Vimeo, which is the Brian Glaze Gibbs story. Very interesting guy. His project, we have that on Vimeo, which has been 5-star rated. So we have a documentary on the Vimeo platform that has a 5-star rating. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out as well.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about InfoMinds, right? If anybody, some people are listening to this interview right now and they're like, yo, these two brothers are really intelligent. They talking, right? So what is InfoMinds? What do y'all do over there?
Well, we gained our notoriety. We started with a series called the Bumpy Johnson series and the Goons of the Industry series. And those first 2 series amassed millions of views. And it just, in the beginning, you kind of, you have an idea, you have a vision, you want to pursue something. You don't think it's going to get the reception. You never expect that type of reception. Yes. And it kind of, I would say it just took on a life of its own, bro. People were so interested that, the next thing you know, we started getting emails and DMs. Oh, you should cover this guy, or you should do this story. So, one of the first persons that actually gave us their time was Brian Glaze Gibbs is one of the first persons to give us their time. And the guys from the Yellow Top crew, YTC, which was Chango and T-Tone. By the way, free T-Tone. But yeah. It kind of took on a life of its own. The first couple of projects got a great reception from the people. And it to be honest, bro, it just snowballed.
Okay. It's kind of like that when you're starting up a movement, right? Where you got a few people, it's like a snowball, like you said, you know what I mean? It just builds and builds,
Yeah, I'm just going to keep it 100 with you, man. It just snowballed, man, into where people are reaching out. We respond to the people, we do the stories, and we get great feedback, man. I can't count so much. We got so many dope comments and people DM us, yo, we love what you do, we like the story. So it's motivating. It makes you want to keep going.
So what was what was the craziest story that you guys ran?
Oh man, we've ran so many stories. I mean, like we said, we cover colorful characters. So to say one was crazier than the other, I can't really say it because man, to say that, to pick one, I can't even choose favorites. All of our projects, it's like asking you who's your favorite kid, because we put the same effort into everything that we do. So I really don't have a favorite. I cherish all our projects the same. So, or maybe I haven't done it yet. So maybe that one hasn't came yet. So fingers crossed that one is coming.
Okay. So how everything's shut down back in March, April. How you keeping yourself safe and how you keeping yourself busy in this whole COVID-19? This Black Lives Matter. People are losing their jobs nationwide, worldwide. Is like 47 million people without work in America. Right. Same thing up here in Canada. People are getting little stimulus checks. Like that's back money. You're gonna pay that back anyways, right?
That's right.
So how do you feel about everything that's going on right now, man? Because it's a serious time. It's a very serious time.
Definitely, most definitely a serious time. And I feel right now about what's going on. I just feel like people. I feel in the beginning people wasn't taking it as serious as we should have, but it was the first time we've experienced this type of pandemic. We've never been through it in our generation or anyone that I know. So it's kind of people took it for granted in the beginning, and I see it started touching home and started hitting close to home for a lot of people, where people took it serious, maybe a little bit too late. But we here now, we dealing with it, and my whole thing is just for everybody to be safe, man. And what I've done, and what me and my partner have done throughout this whole pandemic, was trying to figure out a way to keep our platform going forward while being safe at the same time and trying to reinvent. It doesn't even matter if you use this time to just reconnect. Just use this time to, you don't have to have a platform. If you have a family, when you so busy with life, you go to work, you come home, you go to work, you come home, you're so routine. And when everything being shut down, I think it gave a lot of people a chance to reconnect with the things that they feel is important to them. You understand?
Of course.
So what we've done is we took the time that we've been shut down. Okay, let's think of something that we can do from the comfort of our homes and still bring content. So we came up with a series called The Real Miami, and we have another series called Tap In with Timbo, where we do follow-ups from our features. We do follow-ups with the individuals that we interviewed in a live, just like we're doing now, like a Zoom.
Yes. Yes.
We do a live and we field questions from the audience. And you know, I did a tap-in with Timbo with a guy named Bosco. I did Bosco. I did a guy named Funka Die Mal. He's from the West Coast. A couple different individuals that I did lives with, you know, from the comfort of their own home, still putting out content and still staying true to what we do in our brand.
Okay. Now, with this whole Black Lives Matter situation going on with, to me, I'm not going to lie to you, my brother. I really think it was infiltrated, right? We can, like, we're on Live 89 FM right now, and we're going to talk real right now. I think it was kind of infiltrated because at first it started off as a movement for us. You know what I mean? I think a few of us kind of did start it up. And then now it's just got out of hand. You have racist people with the Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, all kinds of stuff, man. It's just crazy. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, it's been like that since the beginning of every movement. All movements that I'm aware of always had people from different fractions to infiltrate and try to take those movements down from within. I mean, I mean, if you look in the history books, you see it going all the way back to the beginning of time of different fractions infiltrating other fractions, and you know, it's just divide and conquer. You know, I feel that the Black Lives Matter movement and things like that, I feel those are important, but I feel in the same token that you will have individuals trying to infiltrate those organizations and do things in the name of those organizations to damage those organizations. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of it gets crazy. It's a gray area, man. I don't want to say anything to offend anyone. You know what I mean? To offend any one particular organization. Yes. So but I just feel that, you know, I'm like a Fred Hampton type of dude, man. I'm like power to the people, man. You know what I mean? That's just my stand on it, man. You know what I mean? I'm not really into, you know, I support people that look like myself. Of course, I'm a black man, but I feel that, you know, I just feel that every white person is not a racist. You know what I mean? There's some white people if you look at all the organizations, like the civil rights movement, it was white people that lost their lives.
Exactly.
And that was along with us as well. Like the Mississippi thing, Mississippi
That's
burning.
Exactly what I was just thinking about that.
A lot of different individuals that put their life on the line as well, just being associated with these type of movements. And you have those same people with that same type of heart today, still putting aligning themselves with, because, you know, you got white people that don't have nothing to do with what we got going on, but they sympathize with it, and they're not naive to the history of what's been going on. And those people that I salute that are willing to stand up and say that's not right. You know what I mean? And
of course,
and silence is compliance, bro, at the end of the day. You know?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So now let's go back to, you know, DJ, right? Okay. How does DJ, like, when did you start DJing? What age?
Well, I'm not a DJ per se. I got a love for music. I grew up in the blend tape era. I grew up in that Ron G era. I grew up in that Grandmaster Vic, you know, that Park Jam, that outside, you know, Montebello, Lost Boys. I'm from that era. Okay. So I got a love for the music. I got a love for I think they call it mashup these days, but when I grew up, we called it blends. You know what I mean? So I had a love for that type of style of music. You take one song and put it with something totally different.
That's right. That's right.
Make it sound like something brand new.
And so back then they were using, you know, vinyl, right? And you had to sit there and make sure the tempos were right. If the tempos were off, you had to knock it back. You know what I'm saying? The computer didn't have to do everything for you. So, you know what I mean? With everything going on right now, you know what I mean? Are you, like, your episodes must be going crazy right now because of all the political things. What's the next episode? What are you gearing towards?
Right now, the next episode is the Napoleon from the Outlaws. He's changed his name now. He goes by Muta.
Yes.
But he is Napoleon from the Outlaws. That'll be out this Thursday. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. It's over an hour long. Dope, super dope project.
Did you film it while he was in Saudi Arabia, or did you just?
Well, we recorded the interview while he was in Saudi Arabia. But once you see the interview, you'll see our style of interviewing. You know what I mean? And the way we do it, and we put the visuals on, and we make it a movie, man. We're
Okay.
making a movie, man.
When's that coming out?
That comes out this Thursday, my brother, on the InfoMinds platform on YouTube. You can go check that out this Thursday on InfoMinds on YouTube. And we'll have a follow-up on the For the Culture Live YouTube channel. We'll have a follow-up. We'll have a Zoom with Muta maybe 2 to 3 days after we drop the episode, fielding questions from the audience. And, you know, like I said, the interview is over an hour long, no recycled questions, all new, dope Tupac, never heard stories.
Oh, man.
Biggie, all type of stuff, bro. It's going to be super dope.
Know what I've been noticing? They've been hiding a lot of these Biggie Smalls and Tupac photos for years, right? Because now I'm seeing all these Tupac photos, and I'm like, I didn't know he was into this. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, there's a picture of him playing Sega Genesis on look like he's crazy. In front of a TV. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a great time to be alive.
That's a fact. But let me ask you a question though, man. How long? What's popping in Ottawa, man? What's the vibe right now? Who's a newer artist? Who I need to be on the lookout for? Point me in the right direction, man. We want to do some stories on Ottawa, my brother. Okay, so there was an artist named Belly. He came out of Ottawa back in 2003, right? He actually did a track with Genuine. Okay.
He was one of the first ones in Canada to be getting features the way he did, right? So he blew up out of Canada. Right now, he actually writes for The Weeknd. He's, The Weeknd is actually under him. XO, right? Okay. So we got Belly, you know what I mean? He hasn't popped anything out right now that's new. Who else we got in my city, man? There's this cat named Bully Zone. He's a tattoo artist. He raps too. We got my man El Dollar. He's from Mexico, Chilean. He's like Canada's first Latin rapper. He lives here in Ottawa. He's working on some new stuff as well. Man, like there's so many, right? There's so many artists that are out, but to get quality is very hard. Everybody's on that trap thing, and you don't even have to learn how to rap anymore. You just go on the beat or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? There's a few. Spitting Images, another one. DL Incognito, another legend.
So is everything drill? Is everybody drill now or what?
It depends on the city, right? Like Ottawa, there's a lot of trap and drill up here, a lot of trap. Okay. But there is some boom bap. You know what I mean? People still do that. When you go to Toronto, bigger city, there's more of a boom bap. Because you're a bigger city, more people, right?
Right, indeed.
But I'll tell you one place that keeps it traditional, right, is out in Halifax. They still have their trap, but there's a lot of boom bap cats out in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and same thing in Montreal, Canada. So, we got our MCs, man. We got Maestro Fresh West. He's like the pioneer of Canadian hip hop here in Canada. Okay. So the list goes on. Just type up the names. Tory Lanez, big ups to Tory Lanez, big ups to Destiny, his sister. I've had her on my show multiple times. I met Tory a couple times before he was popping, right? So, we got our peoples up here, man. We got people. I'm pretty sure if you hit up Drake's manager or Tory with the, with the record you got, it wouldn't be a problem. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be a problem.
I'm gonna have to give it a shot because you know what it is, bro. We want to cover Canada, bro. I hear so much about Ottawa, like Parkdale, Dixon City, the Bells, Willow Ridge, Rexdale. I want to cover some stories on. I know it's some colorful characters for those neighborhoods that got some powerful.
I'll tell you one thing, man. When you come up to Ottawa, I don't like to talk about this a lot, but I grew up in a project named Ledbury Avenue, right? It's in Ottawa, Canada, the south end. Okay. So, one day I woke up when I was 4 years old. My mom had enough of my father's, carrying on. So we moved from a nice home to the projects when I was 4. And I was back in, I don't know, in the 80s, 83 or something. Okay. And then I stayed in that project until 1998. So, and the kids after me, they took the game to the next level. So that's official hood. That H Block, Cedarwood. Then we go out to the West End, Penny, Ritchie. Man, we got some projects here in Cap City. Yeah, man. You'd have a good story,
stories, bro. Yeah, that's a fact, man. We want to cover those stories and shine some light, give a voice to some of those guys. I know there's some guys up there that got some hell of a stories that people can learn a lesson from, man.
There's another cat too up here.
Spotlight those.
There's another cat named Pressa. He's from Toronto. He's a trap drill rapper. You know what I mean? But Meek Mill's wanted to sign him ASAP. But I think right now he's in Miami. He's actually where you are. He's in Miami, my brother.
Is that
you know
right?
what I mean? Yeah, man. Pressa, you know what I mean? He's a rapper from Canada.
Out, man.
Yeah, man. But me, I love hip hop, man. Just like you. You know what I mean? I love all types of music. So I love all types of music. But when it comes to hip hop, sure, some of the trap and drill is okay. The ones that sound different from one another and they do have a point. What really got my heart was when Juice World passed away. I heard his brand new album.
Yeah, rest in peace, Juice World.
Man, he was very talented. This brother could freestyle for an hour and he could sing. And he doesn't consider himself hip hop. He was more rock. He saw himself more as a rock star.
I just was looking at something on Juice WRLD. I think he got like 400 million streams or something. He just broke some kind of crazy record like yesterday or recently, very recent.
With Juice WRLD, I could believe that, right? But a lot of artists fake their numbers. Like, I hate bringing this character up, but big ups to the artists out there who are really working the real numbers. They don't have a bot, right, doing all the work for them. So if an artist says, I'm selling 178 million, you're only selling 2 million, right? But somebody like Juice WRLD, I could see those being real numbers because his music really did touch people, you know?
And, you know, of course, unfortunately, when we lose these type of guys, these rappers, and people lose their life, their numbers always go through the roof, man. So
yes, I
could see that with Juice WRLD's following, I can see those numbers being official.
For sure. So let me ask you, I mean, I know, I'd say out in New York, I know Griselda is doing big. There's a couple other rappers, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, like, who are you feeling right now? Like, as far as rap artists, the young generation, who are you feeling right now?
The young generation, man, I like Fabio Foreign.
Okay.
You know, I like some youngsters from my neighborhood, Big Bougie. I like Ross Smith. You got to check them guys out, man. They nice. Who else? Who else out of the newer generation that I like? I like Mozzie.
Mozzie's dope.
I think Mozzie's super dope. I think he's lyrical.
I had Lexi Pantero on my show, and she has a track with Mozzie. I never heard of Mozzie before, and when I heard that track, I was like, wow. You know what I mean? He's a dope rapper. He got bars, too.
Yeah.
He got bars.
He goes in. He definitely got bars. He goes in. Who else I like? I like Don Q. I like them boys out of High Bridge. I like
nice.
A Boogie and them guys, you know. They're doing their thing. It's a lot of youngsters. YFN, I like his music. Sound good. Super dope rapper.
What about the baby?
Actually rap. The baby is cool. I think the baby's out. He got good music. He has club music, man. He got bangers for sure.
That's right. So this whole thing, like, I gotta say, before the coronavirus, people were putting, bands to their ear and the whole, money this, money that, right? True. Now I'm seeing a revamp. Public Enemy came out with a new track a few weeks ago, State of the Union. But a lot of artists are starting to get conscious, Right. The hard beats are coming back out, the lyrics. So when you see some of these young rappers still doing that trap thing, the money to the ear, and you're seeing the way the world's going, like that money you're holding is absolutely worth nothing. Right. Like where do you see this thing going here? You know what I mean? Do you see the young kids actually waking up? Like, they are waking up. We're seeing the numbers through these protests. They know what's up. They're waking up. They're more, how can I say this? They got more balls than us, right?
Well,
but they're not using it properly.
Well, what I say to that is, you have to be in tune with the generation that you're trying to reach. Now, if I'm an older guy and I know that I can't reach the people that I need to reach directly, if I have to go through someone. Yeah. So you have the younger guys that influence you guys. You have your little babies, you have your babies, you have your Migos, you have these guys that have that demographic. They got them in the headlock right now, going whichever direction they want them to go.
That's right.
And I think that all they would have to do, you see Baby got the song, that new song that he has, man, incredible. The new song is incredible. They're getting more conscious because of what's going on. You have no choice. It seems like, because it's like the elephant in the room now. You understand? So
that's right.
Now everybody is feeling the effects of it, and everybody knows someone that has felt the effect of it. So I think the younger guys are getting more conscious, and you're hearing it coming out in the lyrics and the songs as of lately.
Yes, and another thing too is, like, there's an artist named Trippy Red. Okay, now he does a lot of, like, again, trap and a lot of singing and whatnot. So I heard him on a boom bap beat. This brother could he could rap, right? A lot of these brothers that you see trapping up, they got bars, but it's just they're paid to do what they have to do.
Maybe trap sells. Like
That's
how
right.
they say the old, especially used to be sex sells.
That's right.
Trap sells, drill sells, bro.
That's right.
I guess some of these guys are just trying to get in where they fit in, and they're really putting their real skills on the back burner to come in and sound like everybody else.
That's right. So what's the future for InfoMinds? Like, what's in the future? Are you guys going to open up, other businesses?
Man, we got the future for InfoMinds. We have InfoMindsTV.com. We're on all major platforms. The future for InfoMinds is for us to be as big as Vice, for us to be as big as any other network, man. Revolt. That's the future for InfoMinds. That's what we shooting for. You know, that's the lane that we in. You know, we want to be the best journalists. Like, of course, we InfoMinds. We the streets. You know, I think our editing is top notch, but I don't think there's no one online right now putting together their presentations the way we doing it right now. And not to be tooting our own horn, but we work hard and we're really proud of our catalog as of so far, you know. So
and as you should be. Any type of work that anybody does should always be happy and, you know,
that's right.
And with your work. So is there anything else that we need to know about InfoMinds or just you in general, Timbo?
Yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all go check us out at InfoMinds on Instagram. We have a series called The Real Miami, you know, where we speak to guys that you know, was once upon a time movers and shakers here in the city of Miami. Interesting stories to tell. We use colorful characters to tell cautionary tales, man. And I think the people, if you go to it, you'll definitely find something on the platform that you'll like. We got something for the ladies. We have the Miss T story, which is at 1.7 million views right now.
Okay.
So we definitely have some dope stuff up there. The Chango story, he has a connection with the Central Park 5. If you're familiar with that. I mean, we've been mentioned on we've been featured in World Star twice. Don Diva magazine mentioned us, the Star Report. Vlad TV,
Magic Mike now.
For sure. Shout out to Majic Mike. You already know. But
look at this. You know, one thing about Zoom, you only got certain amount of minutes, you know, to do your thing, unless you're paying or whatever. But right. I like the way Zoom is working now. Like, I don't mind spending the money, but I'm getting very good quality. You know what I'm saying? So
this is my friend. Like we in the same room, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And when I take each track, because right now each track is being recorded, my vocals, your vocals, they're separated. I bring that over to Cubase or Pro Tools, and I bring out the EQ on. Oh my God, man, it's gonna sound like we're in the same studio. And I, you know what's funny? You know what's so funny? These kids that had their own show, they fooled me the other night. I thought they were all in the same studio. I'm like, that can't be Zoom. Until that got me into Zoom, and I heard.
So the audio quality was that high.
It was great. But what they did was they took each track, like, you know, there's 3 people in the conversation, all 3 tracks, they brought it to software, and they just
cleaned it up a little bit.
That's right. Okay. That's right. And they cleaned it up and they made it sound good. But look, we're running out of time. Give your social media real quick.
At InfoMinds, at INFOMINDS, and at For The Culture, FORTHACULTURE, the number 8. Make sure y'all tune in, man. We are the streets, and it is what it is. Majic Mike, I appreciate you, homie. Yo, Ottawa, we coming to y'all. We're going to put the spotlight on Ottawa. We're going to start doing some international stories, and I can't wait.
Yo, man, thank you so much, you know, Timbo from InfoMinds. This is my first. I've used Zoom for meetings all the time, right? But to have an interview like this, and then you get to break down each track, like, I'm sitting there giving off too much, right? Okay.
Hashtag Zoom.
Hashtag Zoom, man. And again, you know, I got to thank these kids, man. They really, because what they did, if you're a real engineer and you hear that, it just improves your game now. All right, my brother. We'll talk soon. I'm gonna call you on my. I'm gonna hit you with a Zoom thing on my cell phone. You know what I want to do with that, right?
Copy. Got you.
All right, everybody. I don't know what track we're gonna play next, but it's something that we both like. Play something from Public Enemy. You like Public Enemy?
For sure, man. Let's
hear it. All right. We're that brand new one, State of the Union by Public Enemy, produced by DJ Premier. All right, 1.
Peace.